For the last 2 weeks, we have been doing brain maps. Now, I just quickly want to go over that and recap what a brain map is. So a brain map is if we take a story, and you'll see later when you're older, maybe your older brothers and sisters are learning and studying by using brain maps. So a brain map is when you take all the information, or we take a story and we take the important bits of that story and write them down. So the characters, who can remember what a character is? A character is who plays in the story. And usually we have 1 or 2 main characters. The story is mostly about them. Then we have other characters, and those are the characters that bring life to the story, and they do things, so the main characters have to react in certain and different ways. Later, when you're a little bit older, you'll learn about antagonists and protagonists, but we're not there yet. Right now, we are just at the main character and then the other characters. Then the setting is where the story takes place. Is the story in a forest? Is the story in a house? Is the story in different places? Where does the story take place? And then most stories have a message. Last week we watched the story of the fox and the mouse. And I would say the message in that story was that even when you start off not being friends, any situation can bring people together, and you can be friends with somebody that very unlikely that you didn't think you would. A fox and a mouse. At the beginning of the story, the fox wanted to eat him. But by the end of the story, they were best friends and they played together. So this week, we are going to look at a story called Caterpillar Shoes. And I want you to fill in your brain map and tell me all about what you think the important bits of this story was. Let me do a bit of a brain map with you on the story that we did this week. Now, in the middle, it tells us what we are busy with. And this week, we are busy with caterpillar shoes. Who's the character? Who's the main character in the story? I would say this pencil doesn't want to draw nicely. I would say the main character in our story, this marker, is the caterpillar. Then I say, who are the other characters? Who's someone else that you remember from the story? One of the characters that I really liked is when he woke up that long earthworm with the funny little head. Hey, I like that character. Then the setting. Do you remember what the setting is? The setting is where the story takes place. So I'm going to draw a bush and some sticks and then some leaves because our story took place in the forest. Then I say, what did the caterpillar give away throughout the story? Throughout the story, he gave away his clogs, and he gave away his running shoes, and he gave away his little slippers. Remember, and then the spider still said, they make her feet warm as toast. And then, where did he fall asleep? The caterpillar made a cocoon, okay? And at the end of the story, do you remember what the caterpillar was at the end of the story? He transformed into this beautiful butterfly, didn't he? Now you see, we've taken all the important bits of the story and made it shorter. It's also called a summary.